Hi everyone. So I went to put the oil pressure switch in and it's too close to the inlet manifold. There's no way I can put this in. So I'm going to take the manifold off and I'm going to try and cut a little piece out of here and see how we go. Just going to take all these bolts out and get this manifold off. Hopefully there's enough meat at the back there so I can just grind a little piece out, get a new gasket and put it all back together again. I didn't put this manifold on originally. This was done by the engine builder. I'm actually surprised they didn't even notice. Even with just a straight piece of pipe, this manifold's sitting a little bit too far back, although the bolt holes look like they're lined up perfectly. Now this motor was a motor I had running in another car once before, and what I'd done is blown out the harmonic balancer because these 327s don't have a bolt in the front, and it just wiggled its way off and destroyed the front of the crank. So I got it rebuilt and put a steel crank in it, and now it's got a bolt in the front of the harmonic balancer, so it doesn't happen again. I'll get a screwdriver and I'll just lever this off. This is going to need a little bit more persuasion than just a little screwdriver. Let me get a hammer. I'm going to have a go from the other side. Almost like there's something else holding it on, but there's no bolts there. I think I might just have to be a little more heavy-handed. Yeah, she's on. She's got it on real well. But there she is. She's off. Alright. What I'll do now is I'll clean up all this elastic off this manifold, and we'll see just how much meat we've got. Well, I'm going to get some thinners now, and maybe a wire brush, and just clean the rest of that off and assess what we can do here. I like to just use a bit of general purpose thinners on a rag. Seems to clean off a lot of silicone. Let's see if it works. I'll just use a drill with a brush on it. I'll go over this again with some thinners. I mean, this came off so clean, it didn't leave much gasket residue left over. And we're done. Now to see how much I can cut out of the back here. I'm going to fit it back on the motor and we'll have a look. What I'm going to do now is just clean up all this elastic. There's a bit here, at the back, and around a couple of these water inlets. I'm being careful not to get anything in this oil gallery here. I mean, the proper thing to do would be probably to put some rags in each one of these holes and in this oil gallery. I've got some little block offs at home that I could have probably just screwed straight into that. That might be a better idea. I think I'll do that. So I've filled up all the holes with just some rags, and I'm going to go around with my razor blade and just cut off any silicone or little bits of gasket or sealant. I have this done in no time at all. Alright, I'm going to get some thinners, wipe over it, use a brush on a drill and just clean this up again so it'll be nice and clean. I've just wiped this down with some thinners. And I'm also just going to get the vacuum cleaner in there as well. Now with that all cleaned up, I'm going to grab the manifold, I'm just going to sit it in there and see how it looks. Okay, you can see there here where it's hitting the manifold. And I don't know if you can see from the camera angle, the bolt holes, they're only a smidgen out. Let me show you. The bolt holes just don't line up. We're only talking 1/8 of an inch, which is 3 mil. I reckon we've got plenty of meat on the other side. I'm just going to start hacking into it with a die grinder. So I've got a die grinder piece here on my drill. I don't know if it's going to spin fast enough, but let's see. So I've taken a fair whack out of that. As you can see, that ran through here, which is a good 3 mil. I'm going to dummy fit it and see if I need to take more out. Well, it's still hitting here, but our bolt holes are lining up quite well now. So I think I need to take another mil out of this and she'll be fine. Now if you look down here, we've got plenty of room for the oil sender adapter. And the bolt holes line up really well. What I am going to do is take just a little bit more off the top edge here so that this hex doesn't interfere with it at all. I can get it on, but I just want a little bit more clearance right here. Okay, so now we have plenty of room. I can spin this on, absolutely no dramas. It doesn't hit. All our bolt holes still line up. It lines up perfectly. And sorry I didn't have my flash on earlier, but now you can see it clearly fits. And I can wind that and nothing hits. So I'm going to run off to the spare parts place now to grab another inlet manifold gasket. And we'll throw this manifold back on. Well, as it turned out, I had a spare set of gaskets at home. I'm just going to put a bit of ultra blue around the water jacket here, just to make sure that that gasket seals properly. I'll put a little bit of silicone also around this exhaust port here. I mean, it's not going anywhere and getting blocked off by the manifold, but we don't want it to leak into the valley. These Felpro blue gaskets have a right side up, which is written on it. I'm also going to run a silicone bead right across the front here and right around the back. Look at this gasket, keeps falling down. Honestly, that's woeful. Yeah, that's bad. Whoa. Put this manifold on in one go, hoping to keep it nice and straight and not move that silicone around. Time to get all the bolts in. So put a little bit of sealant on the bolts here. I'll start with the middle ones. So all the bolts are in now. I just got to torque them up. So I was about to set up the torque wrench, but I can't get the Allen key socket, and it's this one, this one, this one, and this one that have to be done first. I guess I'll just have to use my Allen key and just tighten it up as kind of tight as I can. It's only 33 foot-pounds, so I'll just have to do my best. So I'll continue with the rest of them at 33 foot-pound. So from here I'll just go around them again just to be sure. So we're a little bit of ways from starting this thing yet, but at least that's one more job finished. Well, the sender unit's now in, and there's plenty of clearance around this manifold. That's it for this video. Stick around if you like and see what else I get up to.